So today we're going to talk all about traffic. How to get the customers to your website. So what is traffic? Traffic is the lifeline of your business. Your business will die without leads. Your email list has either already bought your products or they're not interested. That's why you've got to continually provide new leads to your for your business, because it's either that or you've got to create a new product every week to present to your small email list to give them an opportunity to buy something new, or you try to bring in new leads, new opportunities, new people that may be interested in the product you have already built. So I think it's a wise move. You actually need to do both. You need to create products, but you don't need to create a new product every week. List build daily. That's the strategy. That's the key. So who is your dream client? Who do you want to serve? You need to get very clear about this, because you don't want to build a large list of people that are not right for your business. If they're not the right target market, they're not going to buy your future endeavors, your future products for your market. Because let's face it, some of these things overlap. Like I said, network marketing and affiliate marketing are very close. But if you're creating things that are specific for network marketing and you've recruited a ton of affiliate marketers to your list, they're most likely not going to buy your follow-up products. That's what I mean by get specific about who is your dream customer. Who do you want to recruit onto your list? Who are you trying to bring in to your business? Once you get the who down and you know who you're going to serve, then the next thing is where to find them. So let's look at this. What are you passionate about? If you're in network marketing, I would like to say that you're passionate about network marketing, or you're passionate about your specific product. So where online are you hanging out? Where are you going to learn more about marketing, or learn more about if your product's in health or fitness or skincare or whatever your product is in, vitamins, supplements, then I would say that you're probably in those blogs or those forums, or watching YouTube channel to learn more about that specific topic. Well, it's the same way with your customers. Whatever you're passionate about, you need to look and find your customers are passionate about something as well. You just need to either get in front of them and interrupt them so they will turn from where they are and go to your website, or you're going to create products so that they will search out for you. Like information products you can put on YouTube, like helpful videos that you can put out explaining how to do something, and then at the end of your video you can direct them to your website, to your link, to follow you on Instagram or your blog, whatever you want to do. But that's how you find them online. Who already has your dream customer is basically what we're saying. That's where your customers are hanging out and where you're going to want to put your bait. So now that you know who, and you know most likely where they're hanging out, now who are the dream 100 that already have your audiences? That's the last step. So you know who you want to serve, you know where they're hanging out. Now, which people already have those audiences? You just need to tap into them. You just need to interrupt them and get them to go to your site, or you need to get them to search out. You need to provide something on these people's pages, these people's channels, the YouTube channels, the blogs, the Facebook groups, or Instagram pages, whoever's got a large following of people that would be interested in your products or be interested in your opportunity, your network marketing business, if that's what you're trying to push over the products. Which I highly recommend that. Go with promoting the business first, because then you can passively sell the products on the side, because that's going to bring you in a little bit of money, but the big money is going to come in from the duplication and you growing a large team of people following the same strategy that you are and having the same success that you're having. So I highly recommend that you get your 10 to 20 people under you immediately and get them to implement the same strategy, and then they will get their 10 to 20 people under them, and then you're all, before you know it, you've got this massive group all doing the same strategy, all having success, and then you can all start promoting the product side of it on the back end. And you can promote the product side as a way to try to get people to join your team as well. That's actually a good way to get people on your team. So now the first step we've said is, who is your dream customer? And then the next step is to find your dream 100. Find where your customer's hanging out online. And then the last goal is to interrupt them, get them to stop and to come see your opportunity, or to see your web page, or to see your podcast, your YouTube channel, whatever you're going to do to try to warm them up. Because remember, we're trying to take people that are acquaintances and turn them into friends, which is a customer, and then turn them into raving fans, which is somebody that buys every product that you create. So what is the plan and the reason for traffic? Is to get people on your email list. Build a relationship with them, make them raving fans, so that it's a win-win situation. Because if they join your world, then if you're doing this the way I'm teaching you, you're going to have products, you're going to have opportunities and offers that's going to help those people that have joined your world. You're going to help them to succeed faster. You're going to entertain them in some way. You're going to provide them knowledge. You're going to be an asset to them. And in that process, they're going to become raving fans, because, let's face it, by nature, we're all selfish. We all want what we want. And whether you admit it or not, if you truly think everything that we do most likely is to benefit ourselves. And that's hard to say and hard to accept, but if you think about it, that really is. So you've got to kind of get out of your head about that, and you've got to realize, what can I do to serve the other person? So everybody's going to look at this through the lenses of skepticism. They're going to think that you're a scam, you're just out to take their money, you're just trying to get what's best for you. So you've got to warm them up gradually. That's why I say you got to take them on this journey with you to build a friendship with them, build a relationship with them, and then they can see that you really are a good person, and you really are it's not just about you. It's not just about what can they do for you, how much money can they spend on your product or in your company. It's about how you can serve them, how you can help them, how you can bring them along in their journey. That's truly the ultimate price and the ultimate goal. So what makes a successful business? It's not the businesses that focus on the products. It's the businesses that focus on their clients. So again, you want to read your market. You want to see, what are other people creating? What problems is my market having right now? What can I create to solve that problem? So don't just look at, I'm out here creating this marvelous, magnificent product, and you're spending all your time and effort in that, and it may not even be anything that your customer needs or your customer is going to be interested in. And then you're going to have all this attachment to it, and you're going to price it too high, and you're not going to want to do what you need to do to make it beneficial to your customer. So if you switch that around and your focus is totally on your client, then you're going to create the products that is going to benefit them, and you're going to be able to turn them over a lot faster, and you're going to be able to serve a lot more people. You want to enter the conversation that people are already having in their mind. Think back to what you were thinking before you found the solution. Like, before you found this course, what were you thinking? You were thinking, I need to figure out how to run my network marketing business without harassing family and friends, right? Well, there's a million other people thinking the same thing. So just go back and think, what was my mindset before I had the solution, and what product can I create that's going to also solve that problem? And again, you don't have to be as elaborate as I am. You don't have to create a course that's this deep, this in depth, this magnitude. You can just focus on one aspect of this. How to traffic, like this one. You can just focus on the traffic and make sure that you are teaching them everything they need to know about how to get traffic. That's just one concept to this business. And that's really all you have to do. You just focus on that one thing, and you create some small product to get them to come in, like something that's written or some informational PDF, a format, a blueprint, if you will, and put it out there for them to see, and then they will want to get that. They'll get on your email list, and then you can provide them more benefit after that, creating more products, showing them how to get traffic. If you want to create this course, more power to you. It's a lot of work, but it's been so rewarding for me because I've learned so much as I'm doing this. Because, you understand what you're doing and you've been doing it for years, but when you have to break down and try to explain it each level like I'm going, you really have to dig in and make sure that you understand it and don't just go by instinct. You just think, well, if I'm doing it, everybody else is doing it. But they're not. So you've got to get in the conversation that they're having in their mind right now. And the conversation they're having is some form of a problem. Solve that problem. That's all you've got to do. And it's all about their desires. Is your customer trying to move away from pain, or are they trying to move towards pleasure? And everybody's different. And depending on what's happening in your life, you may at some point be running from pain, and then the next moment you may be running towards pleasure. So you basically want to create advertisements that's going to target both sides. Don't just create one and say, okay, this is going to get everybody. No, because what may appeal to me may not appeal to you or somebody else. So create multiple ads. You don't have to make them really elaborate. It doesn't take that long. I mean, I did a funnel this week. I think it took me maybe 30 minutes to build a funnel. So once you've built one, then you can keep the concept there, change out the video, change out some pictures, and change out your hook. And then you can do that, multiple times, and then target different segments of your audience. So you draw in more people. You can build a larger list if you are using more bait or a larger net to bring in more people. If you're just focusing on, all I want people that are moving away from pain, that's all I want. Well, that's fine, but it's going to take you longer to build your list. So I say go for as many as you possibly can. So remember, we've got our 3 core markets. You've got your health, your wealth, and your relationship. And people that are moving away from pain in the health category, they may be saying, I don't have energy. I hate the way I look. That's someone in pain. That's moving away from the pain. And then in the wealth network, if they're moving away from pain, they would say, I hate my job. I want to find a new career. In the relationship arena or category of the markets, if they're moving away from pain, it's, I feel alone. I want to be loved. Again, that's moving away from pain. Now the same category is moving towards pleasure. I want to eat healthier and have more energy. See how that feels differently? They're moving towards the pleasure because eating healthy gives you a better feeling. You're not running from pain, you're running towards the good feeling. And the same way with wealth. I want to grow my company so I can help others. Instead of I hate my job, I want out of this pain, you're going towards the pleasure, which is growing your company and being able to retire yourself and be an asset to others. And the relationship arena, I want to meet more people and stop feeling lonely. So again, the same thing I just said, you want to create ads that's going to target more people. So you can create, I mean, we've all discussed, you can fit any one of these categories. You can make your product fit any of the health, wealth, and relationship. So you may want to create an ad for each. Create an ad for health, create an ad for wealth, create an ad for relationship, for people moving away from pain and for people moving towards pleasure. I mean, that would capture a large group of people if you've got that many ads running. So remember, we discussed this before. The market itself is health, wealth, and relationship. The sub-market under those three categories, an example is marketing. That is a sub-market. And then the niche, which falls under the market, is internet marketing, e-commerce, affiliate marketing, or network marketing. So to find your Dream 100, you want to be fishing in the sub-market and the niches. That's where you want to be, to find the people that have your target audience. Does that make sense? I hope you're getting this. This is some aha moments. So traffic. You're either going to interrupt their pattern or they're going to go searching for you. So the pattern interrupt, like if you put an ad on Instagram or you put a post on Instagram where people are sitting there scrolling on their phones, they're going 90 miles an hour, then your ad, it needs to be designed to interrupt their pattern. It needs to be something like the picture on this one. That lady's going to capture your attention. It's got the bright colors. It's got look at the reaction. I mean, she looks so happy. I mean, that is an image that's going to cause me to stop. It's pattern interrupt for me. So that's what I mean by pattern interrupt. You've got to do something that's going to cause people to stop. That's the hook. And then the search advertisement type is like YouTube, like you're answering a question for them. So they're going to go on YouTube and they're actually going to search how to run a network marketing business, how to get traffic for my network marketing team, how to train my network marketing team. So if you've created videos and all those topics, bam, they've just found you. They've searched for you, they found you, you've got content out there that's going to help them. They're going to opt in, they're going to join your list, and they're going to hopefully want to be friends with you. So that's the two ways we're going to get the traffic. So you need to be an investigator in this. You need to research. Pay attention when you're on these sites. What draws your attention? What causes you to stop? And I know myself, there's been times I've just been wanting to see what's going on Instagram, what's going on in the world today. Let me just take a break. And I'm searching through, or Facebook, and I'm searching through, and an ad will pop in, and it will either have a weird picture or it'll have the hook, or I'll listen to the first 3 or 4 seconds of it, because let's face it, our attention span is down to nothing now. But it has something that grabs my attention, so I stay. So start paying attention when that happens to you. What was it? Actually dive in and try to keep a notebook handy. I mean, I've got these journals, that's over there, but I've got these journals that I keep handy with me. And when something like that happens, I will take note and stop and look and see, okay, that picture was interesting to me. That's what caused me to stop. Or that hook, that's a great hook. Let me write that down and let me see how I can use that in my business. And then if I actually stayed and watched it, why? Why did I stay? What were they saying? How were they talking? Did they have a lot of energy? Were they talking fast, slow? What was it that made me stay? And then if I purchased, and I tend to be an impulse buyer, I want to solve my problems fast. I'm very get in there and get it done and keep it moving. So I'm sometimes an easy sell. I'll jump in like, okay, yeah, that looks great to me. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to get it. But then don't rush through. That's your research as well. If you click in to buy it, look at their funnel. How was it designed? Take a screenshot. Save it. Get a folder on your desktop that is just pictures of screenshots of funnels that worked for you, that caused you to purchase. See all the steps they take you through. What's their next sale? What's their one-time offer? What's their upsell, their downsell? Do they offer you a different pricing structure? How are they pricing their products? Are you in line with what they're doing? If they're basically selling the same thing you are and you're selling it for $20 and they're selling it for $100, you may want to consider going up on your price. And vice versa. If you're actually selling it, I would never go down on my price. But if you're not selling it, then you may need to consider. But I would not lower my price till I look to see, am I fishing in the right place? Do I have the right audience? Do I have the right message for this audience? Is my hook right? Is my funnel right? Look at all those things first before you consider lowering your price. But again, this is a research game. Take notes, and it's not a one and done either. You've got to continually do this. Okay, I want you to pick a platform, and I also want you to pick a show. So pick a platform, I mean Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Pick one of those and focus on building your social media. And then I also want you to pick where you're doing a YouTube channel, you're doing a podcast, you're doing a blog. That's the two things I want you to pick. And once you decide which one you're doing, I think I'm moving further away from podcasts now. I'm wanting to do more YouTube because it's got the search thing and it's one of the largest platforms out there. It's the second largest. Google's first, and then YouTube is second largest website with the most followers. So I think that I'm going to focus more of my attention on YouTube, and then I can pull out the audio from that and put it on my podcast as well. So I will eventually do podcasts, but right now I'm going to focus more on YouTube. I think that's the better way to go. Okay, so where are your Dream 100 on those platforms? And actually, when you're doing your let's say you pick Instagram, that's your page. So I want you to unfriend everybody on Instagram. Only follow your Dream 100. Because I don't want you to be a consumer of this. I want you to be a producer. So that's what Russell Brunson's saying. He says, don't go on, because we can all get sucked in for hours. You're going on Instagram to do your research. You're going on there to comment, like your post, try to make a connection with your Dream 100 so that you can do business with them in the future. You're not going on there to just play and see what's going on. So unfriend everybody and just follow the ones that are in your Dream 100. And actually, when you're in there, look at what response they're getting. Learn how they're posting, what they're saying, what they're doing, what type of pictures are they using, because they're following the current algorithm. They're playing by the rules, and Instagram is going to reward those. So you want to play by the rules also. What causes you to stop? What gets other people to stop? What hashtags work? What are they using? And we've discussed this before, but your JK5, this is Jenna Kushner 5. She, on Instagram, she picks 5 categories, and then she posts on all 5 of those categories. And she rotates. So I want you to do the same thing. Pick 5 categories that you're passionate about. Truly passionate about. Don't just say, oh, I want to pick this because it's going to get the most followers. Like, don't pick sports if you're truly not passionate about sports, because you're going to get so sick and tired of posting things that are not true and are not really what you're passionate about. So be honest. Like, this is mine. Mine is inspiration, animals, entrepreneurship, personal development, and photography. I am really passionate about all 5. So Jenna says you make a folder in your phone and you label all 5. So 5 separate folders with a label of each one. And then throughout the day, when you're out and about, living your life, doing your thing with your family and friends, and you're taking pictures, don't post it right then. Take your picture and put it in one of those folders. And then later, when you're at home and you're relaxed and when it's business time, you can go in and you can create your post and you can use all those pictures at that point. And you want to rotate through the 5. You don't want to do, inspiration. You want to post one of each. One inspiration, one on animals, one on entrepreneurship, one on personal development, one on photography. So that way, 1 out of 5 posts is really about my business. So you're not driving people crazy. And also, they've discovered that really, if you post 6 times a day, if you put your link in there 6 different times a day, the majority of the people are not seeing it anyway. Because look how fast it goes away in the feed, especially on Instagram. You post something and you're like at the bottom of the feed within a few minutes. So your followers may come in and see it, but if they're following, hundreds of people, they may not see it either. So don't be worried about, I'm posting my link too much, they're going to get upset. No, because the same people aren't seeing it 6 times. So don't think that, oh my gosh, they're going to be upset because I've posted the same offer 6 different times. Don't think that. I think it was like 14%. Only 14% of your audience may have seen it those 6 times. And you want to get it out there. You want to get as many people as possible. So again, we said this, you've got to make your 5 folders in your phone, a category for each. Save your pictures to those categories. Of those categories, save them in those folders. And when you're developing your posting strategy, look at what your Dream 100's doing. How many times a day are they posting? What are they saying in their post? What hashtags are they using? Are they using certain type of pictures? Are they using memes? What are they doing? And if you notice, there's patterns that work. And then everybody figures it out and everybody starts using it, and then it gets oversaturated and then it goes away. It doesn't work anymore because people's seen it too much. So this is something where I said you need to continue to investigate. It's not one and done. You got to continually, that's why I say go in on your Instagram, if that's the platform you've chosen, go in and look. What are they posting? What's getting reactions? What gets the most comments? What gets the most likes? What gets the most people to share it? That's big too. You want to encourage people to share because then they're doing all the work for you. They're putting it out to their friends. And if it's something unique, they're going to be the first one. Look what I found. They want to be the first one to share it with all of their friends. So after you've picked your platform, so like, let's just for this example say you've picked YouTube and you've picked Instagram. So if you've picked YouTube, well, let's say podcast, that's what I put on this slide. So if you've picked podcast, then you're going to need to fish within the platform of the podcast world. So you need to figure out a way how, because people that listen to podcasts, they're the only ones that are going to follow your show. People that are interested in blogs usually are not interested in podcast. See, we all have our favorite. That's why I'm saying you need to pick something that whatever you like the best, however you like to consume it. Pick that, and then that needs to be your platform. So if you go advertise, you do a special on blog posts, people are going to want to find you on a blog. They're not going to think that they're going to find you on a podcast. You're not going to pull them away from a blog to get them to listen to your podcast. But if they're already listening to podcasts, then you can interview your Dream 100 on your podcast show, and they're going to share it with their family. They're going to share it with their link, their followers, and their, let's say 100,000 followers are going to see that, and they're going to say, oh, she got interviewed on Sandra Conner Show. Let me go see what that was about. Let me see what Sandra did. And they're going to listen to my show, and they're going to be like, well, what else does she do? Let me just follow her for a little bit, and let me listen to a few other podcasts and see if they like what you're saying, what your show is about, then you've got to follow her. You see how that works? It's people that like to watch TV may not sit and listen to the radio all the time. If they're at home and they have a choice to do both, they're probably going to sit and watch TV if that's what they choose. Same with if they like TV, they're most likely going to do YouTube. If they like, to listen, if they're still sitting there listening to radio when they have the choice of watching a TV, then they're most likely going to do podcast. And if they're saying they're reading the paper when they could do the radio or TV, then they're most likely going to do blog. So we all consume our entertainment differently. So that's how you want to. And if you can get on, like Russell Brunson, he's got a humongous team. He can set up 5 different cameras and he can say, hey, YouTube family, hey, Instagram family, hey, whatever, and he can record them basically all at the same time. And then he just sends it to his staff to filter it out. So he records it one time, just saying all the different hey intros, and records the same content. And then, bam, he's got a blog, he's got a YouTube video, he's got his Facebook post. Somebody else has done it. And that way he's targeting the most people. They're all going to consume it differently. They're not going to, whoever saw his podcast isn't also going to go read his blog. You see what I'm saying? I think you got it. I think I've beat this to death. I just want to make sure you understand that. So if you can't get them to come on your podcast, or if you can't get on their podcast, then see if you can advertise on them. If they have your audience, that's your Dream 100, figure out a way to get in with them. And there's 3 ways to close people to get them on your list. You use emotion, you use logic, and you use fear. That's urgency and scarcity. So, they don't want to miss out, the fear of missing out. So, if you've got a podcast episode that's drawing in a lot of attention, then you want to advertise that, hey, you don't want to miss this. Everybody's talking about this episode. I can't believe the response I've gotten. And, that's the fear thing, the urgency. You got to find this out, like the advertising the news. They do those little snippets. You're seeing them eating dinner and they're like, oh, this chicken was just recalled today. And you're like, what chicken? I'm eating chicken. What was it? And they won't tell you until you watch the 11 o'clock news. So you're sitting there like, is it safe to eat this? I don't know. So they've got that hook out there to try to draw you in. That's the same way. That's the emotion or the fear. And you can also use logic to get people in. That's the 3 main ways people are going to follow you. And then the bait that you use, that's what I've been talking about. You're either going to use the written, which is your blog, or you're going to create a PDF that's going to, you can present to somebody, or write a book, write a ebook, or you can do the spoken word. You can interview people. You can do a podcast. You can create a course like this, and you can read books to them, do audio. So that's the spoken word that you can use as bait. And then the video, you can do what I'm doing, record your screen and record yourself while you're talking about it. You can interview people on video. Any of those ways. You can go through YouTube and find, hard to find videos or hard to find training and compile a list that you can use for, that people can use they'll click on to get it from you, so they don't have to go dig like you did. So you can use that as your bait, is what I'm trying to say. And here's an example of one of mine. Here's an example of, this is my, one of my funnels, free training. And this is not this class. This is I've done a master class. So it's a free master class it's 5 videos teaching them the different concepts of network marketing without harassing family and friends. So by the time they watch those 5 videos, they know me pretty well. They've seen what I'm like. They see the knowledge that I have. And then the goal is to drive them to a webinar. Then they get on the webinar. That goal is to get them to join my team or purchase this course. So that's an example of how to get people in. And the funnel goes on down. That's not all of it, but I just did a screenshot of the top part of it. But again, you want to have your huge headline, free training, and you want to say free as much as you can. See, I've got free there. I've got free at the bottom. And then when you scroll, see, I've got send my free training. So Everywhere I've got, free there. And then I'm wanting them to enter their first name, their email address, and the send me their free training. So that's an example of the funnel, and this is basically just the foundation of traffic. In the next module, we're going to learn how to use free traffic versus paid traffic. So I go a little bit deeper in that, but this is the foundation. I hope that helps you. I hope you understand now. And as I say in all of them, go do your homework and rewatch this numerous times. You're going to get so much more out of it the more times you consume this. You're going to have a lot of aha moments. But thank you for staying with me to the end. Thank you for making it this far, and don't stop now. You are so close to making your business exactly what you want it to be. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next training.